Dead body, right, okay. So maybe there's something we have to cast on us? Or maybe even on the shear. What could we cast on ourselves to make us... Like, if we had some sort of shield spell, that would be ideal, but... We don't have any black cloth. Swap would actually be interesting if we went below the surface. Transportation. Motion. Let me try swap. Apparently these are going to be more... I guess these last few puzzles up until the end here are probably going to be a little bit more out of the box, so to speak. It's not a higher life form, so it has no effect. Oh, you can only do swap with higher life forms? It's unfortunate. Okay, so what? Maybe it's because we have 2 of everything. Maybe that... Bow and bow action? Yeah, can I... Oh! Combine the shears together to make a full shear? Yeah, you knock out the connecting bolt from one of the blades and slap them both together. The result is a complete set of guarding shears. Okay, now can we attack the thing with a full set of shears? Oh, it misses completely. Okay, what if we proceed? Yes! You cut the tentacle with a quick snip. You cut the tentacle away, but another whips around out to wrap around you. Okay. So up to 1250. 250 points to go, guys. All right, let's try snipping that one. With a quick snip, you cut the tentacle away. The ichor-covered stump draws back under the path along with the remainder of the tentacles. The creature has evidently had enough. Nice. 1260, okay, good. Okay, let's continue and save. Oh, we already got there, nice. The floating island is suspended over the center of the vortex. The circular platform in the center has 4 spires along its perimeter. Oh, wait, is this the island? No, the whole thing is the island over the vortex, got it. And this is the platform with the 4 spires, and they said that inside that circle is safety, and outside the circle, which is where we're standing on this more pavementy area, is where there are going to be all sorts of elemental storms. So it's actually we want to get on that circle, I think. You come upon Lord Czar standing in the center of the island. He holds all of the seal pieces in his hands and is closely examining the focus. Off to one side, you see Sangdrax in your form, watching patiently. On your arrival, Czar's head snaps up and he regards you in shock and surprise. Yeah, because remember, Lord Czar... Oh, there's something there. Lord Czar thinks that Sangdrax, who's a dragon, is us because he shapeshifted and took our form, so that's why he's very stunned to see, 2 of us right now.
What are you? Some kind of phantasm born of the vortex? I can feel the wild magic around us. Are you part of that?
I am no phantasm. I am the true Haplo. Your companion is a dragon who has taken my form to trick you into destroying the world. He has tried his best to keep me from following you here, but here I am. You must stop what you are doing, my lord. The Reformation will not be what you expect. Many will die, including our own race.
My lord, it's obvious that this is some trick, some manifestation of the Vortex's wild magic. Why it spouts lies to stop you from claiming your rightful heritage, I don't know. But don't spare it a thought. Continue with the ritual, and I will deal with my double.
Sangdrax's eyes flash red as he turns to you with a grin that shows razor-sharp teeth. The scar left by Zifnab's dragon on his face only makes him more menacing.
What you say makes sense, my son, but something about this doesn't ring true. Can you prove your words? Are you the real Haplo? Or is this, as my companion claims, just a hollow trick?
It's no trick. I can prove I'm Haplo. Remember our conversation about heart rooms? They name us. They give us our magic. They are the center of our beings. If they are torn or broken, we fall ill. We cannot function. I show you mine, unbroken. I challenge my double to do the same.
You rip open your shirt, and reveal your heart rune.
Of course I can show you my heart rune, and why not? After I've done so, I'll eliminate this annoyance so that you can complete the reformation undisturbed, Lord Tsar. I live only to serve you.
With the promise of death in his eyes, he opens his shirt. Only when he has done so does he realize his mistake. The wound taken from Zifnab's dragon slashes across his chest, straight through his heart rune. Not only is the rune broken, but much of it is missing.
So much for subterfuge. I prefer to be direct anyway. My lord, you will complete the reformation. If you do not, I will kill you. It's your choice.
Sangdrax screams in fury, and Tsar motions for you to join him inside the circle, which is good, that's the area of safety. No sooner have you positioned yourself alongside your lord than Sangdrax hisses at both of you, his eyes glowing blood red. The inner platform has 4 spires along its perimeter. Runes are carved into the floor, and floating above them is the focus.
Very well, Dragon. I will continue the reformation, but only because it suits my purposes as well.
Tsar stares at Sangdrax as if seeing him for the first time. He stands for a long moment and considers, and then finally speaks.
Excellent. Get on with it then.
The Tsar takes a moment to ponder his options, then carries the fire seal piece to its spire counterpart. Quickly, he slides the piece onto the monolith's face. That very second, the entire island, outside of the protective circle where you stand, erupts in flame. A storm of fire swirls and batters the ground. Sangdrax, caught in the sudden maelstrom, screams in agony. You quickly lose sight of him behind the curtain of flame. Oh, so he never even stood on the center platform? Why didn't Sangdrax do that? That's sort of odd. Didn't he know what was going to happen?
That should take care of our friend, eh? Tell me what's happening here, Haplo. Quickly, if you don't mind.
Oh, Sangdrax dead? Really? Probably not. That would be too easy. Unless now we have to fight Lord Tsar if he doesn't agree with us.
It seems that I have been misinformed. The Reformation is not what I wished it to be. I must change my plans.
You explain everything to your lord, skipping nothing, but telling your story as swiftly as possible. Tsar considers.
We will bring about the interconnection. The worlds cannot survive without it. But the Sartan's strength is severely depleted. It is as nothing compared to ours. After we have connected the realms, we shall invade them, wipe them clean of the Sartan influence, and take our rightful place as rulers.
So we're gonna invade the... okay.
Attend me, my son. I've placed the focus over the starting rune of the Reformation. While you gather the remaining seal pieces, I have to move it back to the interconnection starting rune. I'm lucky that my research indicated which rune this was. Otherwise, I might not know how to bring it about.
Tsar squats over the focus, scans the surface of the floor, and prepares to move the floating frame to another rune. Oh, yep, I knew it was too easy. Suddenly, Sangdrax's head bursts from the curtain of flame. He has reverted to his original form, that of a fire-breathing dragon, a form completely impervious to the effects of the storm swirling around him. He looses a tongue of fire at Tsar's chest. The blast leaves nothing but a blackened hole, and Tsar slumps to the ground, dead. Oh wow, so now it's going to be up to us to figure out the whole, to bring about the interconnection.
Now it's your turn, patron. Unless you decide to be more cooperative than your master.
Oh, we got 20 points. Definitely save. Let's go up to 1280. Okay, so what do we have? We got the focus.
Do it now, patron. Put the Nexus seal piece in the focus and have done with it. If you feel any reluctance, look at your lord. He was more powerful, more intelligent, more cunning than you will ever be. And he is dead. You cannot do better than he. You cannot defend against me.
Okay, well now, the good news is we have all 4 seal pieces now. So we can update that. This is probably going to be another timed thing, where we have to figure out the right thing to do, but I'm not going to be concerned about that now. I'm just going to gather information, look at things. I don't care if we die. We'll just, you know, restore. Not a problem.
I command a magic you cannot comprehend. If you attack me, I will change to a form that is impervious to it. Resign yourself, patron. Do as I ask or die.
Okay, what we have? The Nexus, air, water. I see. Okay, I don't even have to look at these. I know which one these are. So the question is, he's right now in fire, right? Where is the focus? Is that above the earth, water, or air? Now, if I did water, that would drown out the fire, but I don't know if that would hurt him. Could try earth or air. So he wants us to put Nexus here, but obviously that would be terrible to do that, because that would bring about the Reformation. Although I think it only brings about the Reformation if the other pieces are there first, doesn't it? I think so. So we have stone, water, and air. I feel like I kind of have to read the book again. Which book was it? History book? Spell book? I think that was the Pixie Whinsey. I'm trying to remember which book this is supposed to be. Ah, this Brotherhood, this is not going to help us.
I've lost patience with you, patron. I might have spared your petty little life had you done as I asked. But it's too late. You've sealed your doom. Goodbye, fool.
The dragon draws a deep breath to fuel his fiery attack. Oh, they're still letting us do something else. Alright, let me just try a random thing. Let's just see what happens. Put air in air. You press the seal piece into the spire's indentation. I mean, I want to try to do a storm that kind of attacks him. The firestorm disappears, but Sangdrax is buffeted by gale force winds. This, however, doesn't stop him from engulfing you in a torrent of fire. Okay, we died. Alright, I'm going to store to an earlier point because I do want to read that book about... whichever book it was that had the information about, yeah, History of the Sundering. I want to see what they said about the end, about how that all works, in order to know what to do. Okay. So I've already read this before, so I'm just kind of scanning it for the relevant portion here. Oh, here we go. Every spell is a starting rune. When a wizard traces a spell, the magic flows from the starting rune into the other runes. Upon completion, the spell is defined as cast. This rune structure is different. Da 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 da. Okay, after this interconnection, various spells can da da da. Okay, yeah, we don't want the Reformation spell though. Yeah, so the execution of the spell must be exact. The island has been keyed to work only in the presence of the World Seal, or in the current case, all 5 of the pieces. The island is home to 4 spires, and Zara already put the fire one, which encircle the rune structure, one to represent each of the elements. To awaken the island's magic. I mean, maybe I just do the water one, because the water would drown out the fire. It would counteract the fire of the dragon, maybe. Each seal piece must be placed upon its respective column. The procedure has an interesting side effect. Whenever a seal piece is placed upon its counterpart column, it generates an elemental storm. Everything on the island will be bathed in that element. Tornado force winds, which is what we did by doing air. Firestorm, which is what Zar did. An avalanche of rock, or a deluge of water. Maybe we do water. We couldn't comfortably cast our spells while being attacked by the elements, so we placed the rune structure inside a warded circle. Everything inside of the circle is completely safe, while safety ensconced within the ward. Okay. When all 4 of the pieces have been placed, the island is primed. It's ready to cast whatever spell the operator wishes. The choice is made using the focus. must be placed over the desired starting rune. After which the remaining, the nexus is set inside of the focus. This ignites and casts the selected spell. Okay. Oh, I have to do this again. Oh, I'll just restore. Sorry, Dad. Okay, so where... I see, there aren't any runes here. Alright, let me just try the water to see what happens there. Sangdrax watches you approach the spire. Familiar now with the end result, he decides to stop you. Oh, okay, and then we died with fire. Okay. You leap forward and press the seal piece into the indentation. It crackles and affixes itself to the spire. The fire shroom surrounding the protective circle is replaced by a deluge of water. The dragon chokes back his attack with a comic gurgle and disappears behind sheets of rain. Okay, so the water was... Oh, 20 points. Okay, so the water was the way to go. So I guess that's up to 1300. Can we move the... Yeah, look at the focus. Okay, I wanted to move it. Somewhere in the driving rain you can hear the pop and sizzle of Sangdrax's fire being doused. But you also hear a squishing, sloshing sound that usually accompanies one of his shape changes. Okay, so he's probably... We'll probably have to see what he is before we know how to whether we respond with air or earth. Let me see if I can move this focus. Ah, yes, here we go. Okay. Oh, so this is where the last part of that book comes into play. Because we have to know where to move it to. So we have to see which one of these guys wanted the interconnection, and then move it to the appropriate place. Wow, this is like free form here too. Reset, exit. You see Sangdrax now deep in the rain. He has discarded the fire-breathing dragon form for something that looks like a sea slug. An invertebrate gelatinous worm shape. It starts to slide toward the protective circle and you. Look at that. So, I mean, I guess the thing is, if we give him Earth, an avalanche of rock, can't worms go through that? Let's try it. Stone. Sangdrax, in the form of a giant gelatinous worm, crawls effortlessly through the sheets of water. Despite its slow speed, it will be on you in moments. You press the sealed piece into the earth spire. It crackles and it fixes itself inside the indentation. The water stops falling, changing into rocks and boulders. They smash into the worm and stop it in its tracks. Soon you lose sight of it behind the curtain of falling earth and rocks. What? 20 more points. 1320. Where does going down go to? That was the earth rune, right? Okay, so obviously the air would be next, but let me where's the history book? Let's see what they say at the end about because here's where they have the 6 positions of the members of the council. So 6 men were dedicated to creating and intermingling the spells carried by the island. Sama, Dimitri, Orsef, Lornoy, Tyler, and Wayleth. Indisputably 6 of the greatest contemporary Sartan magicians. Each was tasked with producing a single spell, and we will discuss each individually. So the question is, what are the starting runes? So here are the locations of the starting runes. The question is, which one would we want to which one would we want to use? Now, if Sama really does want the interconnection, and that's the one we want to do, it makes sense to do that middle one. Yeah, Fliddred, we got 40 more points. We got 20 for the water piece and 20 for the earth piece. I mean, I'm thinking we go with the center one if he's the one that wants to bring about the interconnection. Mechanics of the plan. Closest advisor to Sama. Yeah, I had that here. Transported them into 4 realms. Lornoi was the leader of the opposition. I mean, I think I just want to go for the center and see what happens. Which would be Sama's starting run. He was the most inventive. He was responsible for the inter... Oh, is this the interconnection? No. Oh, incantation, that says, I think. Yeah, he was the most ambitious. Yeah. You can hear an almost rhythmic thumping and squishing of stone and earth striking the sickeningly soft body of the sea slug. Then it stops. The falling stones strike only the ground as if the worm suddenly disappeared. Okay, let's try the center one. Should be like this, right? Okay, nope. Try it and see what happens. You peer into the curtain of falling earth, and you see smoky tendrils weaving their way in and out of the stone projectiles. Even when one manages to strike the vaporous form, it only dissipates for a moment, and then a ghost-like dragon reforms. A pair of red glowing eyes are the only constant. They float slowly through the earth storm toward the protective circle where you stand. Fletcher, I'll get to that in a moment. I just want to see what happens here. Okay, yeah, so there he is. So let's do the air. The rocks and boulders fall straight through Sangdrax's vaporous form. Slowly, ominously, he floats toward you. You set the seal piece inside the air spire's indentation. It crackles and affixes itself there. The rocks stop falling, but gale winds rage around the protective circle. It feels as if you are standing in the eye of a tornado. The ghost dragon is caught in this wind. The wind scatters his smoky form until it vanishes. 20 more points. That takes us up to 1340, and now all of the pieces are in place. So I think the only thing to do would put the Nexus piece there. But of course we'll save it in case I have it in the wrong position somehow. Okay, let's do this. Let's see. Put the Nexus seal piece in the focus. You slam the Nexus seal piece into the focus. A column of red fire pours down through the frame and onto a rune below. The fire spreads throughout the platform and ignites a spell. Unfortunately, it's the wrong spell. Damn. Sangdrax launches himself at you and tears off your head. Too bad. Wow, okay. Let's go back then. So I guess it wasn't Sama's... Maybe we want the leader of the opposition then? No, I don't want the Kixie Winsy handbook. I probably... Oh. The winds have scattered the ghost dragon for good. It seems you can't find a trace of Sangdrax anywhere. Perhaps the storm has finally taken care of him. Yeah, I kind of doubt it. Alright. Actually, at Flitchard, our death count is much higher than 1. I mean, that was the same Sama one. Skilled speaker more like. I mean, my thought is probably be Lornoi or Tyler. Lornoi because he's the leader of the opposition, and Tyler because he's the quickest and most ambitious. I'm leaning toward Tyler actually now. That's my next guess here. Dimitri, yeah, he didn't want to really do that. Fortseth. He was the closest advisor. He was made responsible for something. Lornoy. Yeah, he was the opposition. I'm gonna give Tyler a shot. So that'd be where we were, but then down one and over one to the left here. So this kind of elbow triangle piece. Oh, he was very good in magic. Alright, let's try this one. Diagonal left one and then left one. Somewhere deep in the winds, you see a shadow rising from the ground, growing larger and larger. You recognize the silhouette even from here. It's Sangdrax's original form, that of a fire-breathing dragon, and you are left without any elemental storms to hurl against him. Yeah, we'll probably run out of time here, but let's try this. So, well, I was here, so down here and then left the elbow there. Nope.
So, patron, are we done playing this game? I'm weary of it, and you are without ammunition. It's time for you to die.
You slam the Nexus seal piece. You got it. Oh, it's the wrong spell again. Man. So I mean, I'm going off my notes here. I don't know if there was any other indication, I guess, in the book as to what location it should be. I mean, my next guess was to take the leader of the opposition, Lornoy, which means I would have to move this one over to the right. That was the middle piece, right? Yeah. So one over to the right would be this one. That's Lornoy. I mean, now it's just going to be a process of elimination. This is the third one we're trying out of 6. Ah, wrong spell again. Great. Okay. History book. So it wasn't Lornoy, Tyler, or Sama. Maybe since this guy transported them, it would be Orsif? I mean, Dimitri had different interests, and Weylith was well liked, but he did mechanics, Orsif, so I'm guessing he would be next. So his is the center one, and then that hook, that left hook up to the left. And he's even one further up is Dimitri. And then finally we've got Weylith, I believe, yeah. Oh, I tried Weylith. Oh, I meant to try Tyler, not Weylith. Oh, I did try Tyler. Wait a minute. So Lornoy was... Lornoy is the one I meant to try, but did not? Yeah, okay. I thought I was doing Tyler, Lornoy and Tyler, instead I did Tyler and Weylith. Okay, so Lornoy is the one I do want to try next. So he'd be right one, diagonal right one, the circle. And if that doesn't work, I would go up to the hook and then up to the circle. Interesting. Oh, psh, I didn't even move it. Alright, that's stupid. Didn't even move it. Okay. So this would be right and then diagonal here and here. Oh, it's the spell of the Reformation, which is the exact opposite of what we wanted with Lornoy. So he was the leader of the opposition. Okay, if that's the case, if the opposition has the Reformation, so maybe we would want Orsef, who is the closest advisor.
You came around, my pets. Maybe I'll keep you alive in the chaos that's sure to follow. Until I need you, though, I think I'll leave you here in the vortex. I've got quite a bit to do.
Yeah, this is like the worst. This is like a BG, bad game. Sangdrax flies away, leaving you stranded here to contemplate your fate and that of the world, with only the corpse of Zar for company. This has not been a good day. And not a good, yeah. Bad game. Okay. I guess there had to have been some indication about which one it would have been, but I guess I didn't really see. I mean, in the book itself, it's very, you know, everything was ghosted out. I guess it's tough to see. I mean, this is his closest advisor. He transported them into the Four Realms, so maybe he's the one to connect them. $160 points. My God, right at the end. That was it. Yeah, it was Orsef, his closest advisor.
You're all out of seal pieces, patron.
I've got one more, dragon.
Drop the Nexus seal piece into the focus and ignite the interconnection spell. Magic flows through the ruins of the island and connects the elemental spires. Sang Drax, unwisely attempting to break through the magic field in order to stop you, confronts the brunt of its power. It proves to be too much, even for the incarnation of evil, and the explosion hurls him into the swirling vortex, hopefully never to be seen again. You've connected the 5 realms. Perhaps now the worlds can function as planned, and their inhabitants can not only survive, but flourish. Yet you ponder one particular unrealized goal of your Lord, namely the release of your people from the labyrinth. With time, and the aid of the Sartan, you may be able to see this dream fulfilled, but that must wait for another day. You've completed Deathgate. You've saved the realms from a fate worse than death. And while doing all of this, you scored 1,500 out of 1,500 points. Congratulations.
Is it possible to get less than 1,500? Ah, and that's it. After 18 hours and 6 minutes, Deathgate has been reborn. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, right. Yeah, so you guys said I could have resurrected him, right? Well, I didn't want to do necromancy. They said the whole thing was, you know, then someone else would have died, right? Is that would have been an alternate ending? I wonder if that would have been an alternate ending. Because every life you bring back, someone else dies. So they said to outlaw necromancy, so that's why I didn't even think of doing the resurrection. The need was great enough. Well, that's what got us into this mess, Fletcher. That's what got us into the mess. Yeah, I don't... is it possible, Abs, when you played this, did you get also... I mean, I imagine you also got a perfect score. I don't know if you could get less than a perfect score. I mean, because we didn't do the resurrection spell, right? So I just did the Orsef rune, and it gave us 160 points anyway. So probably, if you could get different... if you could get less than a perfect score, they would have given you points for the resurrection. You know, a set amount of points for resurrection, and then a set amount of points for doing the Nexus Seal piece in the Orsef place. So I should have lost out on points from doing Resurrection there. But so I don't think it's possible to get less than, is my guess anyway. I don't think it's possible to get less than 1,500. So anyway, yeah, so that's it for Deathgate. Really strong game. Really strong game. I felt like the puzzle design was for the most part quite good. I really liked how the game was well written. Obviously, it's a book as a source material. But even when you tried, some kooky things that had custom responses, it didn't just give you it doesn't work. So really enjoyed it. The characters were good. The plot was engaging. And yeah, it was a very strong game. Very strong game. Let me... Actually, yes. I do want that. Thank you. So with that said, let's go to our Hall of Adventure. And we can now put game number 32, Death Kate, up on the shelf. Completed in 18 hours and 6 minutes. Boom, there it is. Yeah, probably, that's right, Mr. Viking, I'm thinking about giving it a 9. I always like to sleep on these things before I completely make up my mind, but I'm thinking a 9. Obviously, at some points, it was a little too heavy on the exposition. I mean, just standing there for 20 or 30-minute character conversations was a bit much, to be sure. So that's what, and, I also would have liked a little bit more of animation instead of just, sort of exposition to explain even what was going on between the battles and the other things. So I could have used a little bit more interactivity, but yeah, it was certainly fun to play, and I thought the puzzles were good and challenging. Like, obviously, a couple of there at the end sort of stumped me for a while, but others, which I was actually surprised I got some of the others a little bit more quickly, because they were sort of tough. Oh, you get the same score and same ending, yeah. Whether you revive them or not. Okay, yeah. So I don't think you can get less than 1,500 points. So maybe they just like to pat you on the back just for finishing the game, make you think you did better. You did the best you could or whatever.